You know, when most people think about worship or religious poetry, I think they imagine something very quiet. Maybe a candle flickering, a soft whisper, someone sitting in total silence. It's peaceful, right?
Absolutely, that's the default image. Very meditative, very internal.
But then you look at this set of texts, specifically these Psalms we're looking at today, and quiet is the last word I would use. It's loud, it's chaotic, it's almost geological.
That is the perfect word for it, geological. We aren't just talking about people singing hymns here. We are looking at a collection of texts, Psalms 95 through 99, that describe a cosmic event. You've got the sea roaring, rivers clapping their hands, and mountains literally melting like wax.
Melting like wax?
Like wax near a fire. That's the imagery in Psalm 97. It's describing what happens when the king shows up. And that's the core theme here, kingship. The premise isn't just God is nice, it's the Lord reigns. And apparently, when that happens, the physical universe has a visceral reaction.
It's interesting you mention the physical universe. I was struck by Psalm 98, where it says the rivers are clapping their hands. It's such a strange, joyful image. It sounds like a cartoon, but here it feels majestic. Why do you think the writer focuses so much on nature rather than just human politics?
I think it's about scale. If you say a human king reigns, maybe a city celebrates, or a few nobles bow down. But if the creator reigns, the very dirt and water respond. It's a way of saying that this authority is absolute. It's not about borders or treaties, it's about the foundation of reality. You see this in Psalm 95 too? It talks about the depths of the earth and the peaks of the mountains being in his hand. It's a claim of total ownership.
Right. The sea is his, and he made it. It puts humanity in a very specific place, doesn't it? We aren't the owners. We're described as the people of his pasture. Sheep, basically.
Exactly, and that's where the tone shifts, doesn't it? It starts with this massive loud celebration, shouting to the rock of salvation. But then Psalm 95 takes a sharp left turn. It goes from a party to a warning.
That part really stood out to me. It suddenly brings up this historical baggage. Don't harden your hearts as at Meribah. What is going on there? Why bring up a bad memory in the middle of a song?
It's the necessary counterweight to the emotion. See, it's easy to get caught up in the music and the shouting aloud, but the text is reminding us that true alignment with this king isn't just about the noise you make, it's about the posture of your heart. Meribah was a place in the wilderness where the ancestors tested God. They saw the miracles, they saw the works, but they still didn't trust.
So they had the experience, but they didn't have the relationship?
Precisely. They were tourists in their own religion. The text says, they have not known my ways. That's a chilling line. You can see the lightning, you can hear the thunder, but if your heart is hard, if it's calcified, you miss the point. You don't enter the rest.
That contrast is fascinating. You have mountains melting, which suggests they are soft and responsive to God's presence. But then you have human hearts that are hard as stone. It's like the rocks are more spiritually alive than the people.
That is a profound observation. The mountains melt, but the humans stiffen their necks, and that connects perfectly to Psalm 99. It brings in this heavy concept of holiness. It mentions figures like Moses, Aaron, and Samuel. These were the heavy hitters, the intermediaries. But even there, it notes that while God answered them and forgave them, he also took vengeance for their doings.
That sounds harsh. Forgiveness with vengeance?
It sounds contradictory to modern ears, but I think it's talking about consequence. It's saying that this king loves justice. Equity isn't just a buzzword here, it's the foundation of the throne. You can be forgiven relationally, but if you break things, the brokenness still matters. Justice means actions have weight.
So this isn't a anything goes kind of love. It's a fire that burns up adversaries.
Right? Psalm 97 mentions a fire going before him. Light is sown for the righteous, but that same light exposes the wicked. It's a double-edged sword. If you love this king, the text says you must hate evil. You can't be neutral.
That brings us back to the joy, though. Despite the fire, despite the judgment, the overwhelming vibe of these texts is celebration. Psalm 98 tells us to sing a new song. Why a new song? Why not just the old ones?
Because the action is ongoing. He has done marvelous things. It's in the perfect tense. It's happened, but the impact is fresh. A new song implies that the relationship is alive. If you're only singing songs about what happened 500 years ago, it's a history class. If you're singing a new song, it means you've seen something fresh today. It means the salvation is visible now.
It really does feel like a complete ecosystem. You have the terrifying power of nature, the moral weight of justice, the warning of history, and then this explosion of music.
And notice where it ends. It doesn't end with us cowering in fear. It ends with expectation. Psalm 98 says he is coming to judge the earth with righteousness and equity. In our world, judgment is a scary word. We think of punishment, but here, the rivers are clapping for it.
Because the world is broken and they know he's coming to fix it?
Exactly. Judgment here means setting things right. It's the restoration of order. That's why the sea roars and the hills sing. They are waiting for the king who puts the pieces back together.
That is a beautiful way to look at it. It changes the whole feeling from fear to anticipation. We are out of time, but that leaves us with a big question. If the mountains and rivers are ready for this reality, are we?
That is the question. Are we melting like wax or are we hardening like stone?
Something to think about. Thanks for breaking this down with me.
Always a pleasure. If you have been blessed by this, please like, subscribe, and share this joy with others. God bless.